As elections come nearer, we are continuing to see state-sponsored goons and violence. When the Linda Wananchi, led by Paulo Ngiri and Sifuna, had their destined rally in Kakamega, goons who were hired by the regime were seen causing havoc in this rally. In fact, BABU OWINO came out to say that they were sponsored by the PS RAYMOND OMOLLO, who comes from the same region, that is the entire Nyanza stretch. BABU OWINO said this statement.
Jeff, even the police officers in Kisumu are confessing that they are tired of the PS interior, that the PS is using them and misusing them, every time telling them to arrest people who are not in line with their agenda. Not everybody can be in line with your agenda, Jeff. Jesus Christ was the Son of God. He's still the Son of God. Not everybody agreed with what he said. Baba himself said, Jeff, that he might not agree with what you are saying, freedom of speech, but he will defend to the death of the right that you have to say what you are saying. And generally, Jeff, freedom of speech is the oxygen of democracy. And I want to tell you, I even texted him and I told him that he's still so immature to pull such moves. I texted him, he has my text messages. Jeff, one person was killed yesterday by the said goons. And the news, there was a presser which was being done by the family of one George Olwande. They did a presser today. He is a boda rider. The Boda Riders Association from Kisumu County did a presser today to condemn the death of one of their own. This guy was killed by goons who were hired by Raymond OMOLLO. And Jeff, this drama started a day before we went for the rally, where my brother-in-law was arrested here at Kilimani. Then, after I had complained and made some noise, and the pressure from Kenyans, they decided to drop him off at Machakos at 4 a.m. in the morning. Then the day after that, we are being treated with the news of the goons. Goons were at the airport, you've just shown it on news. Those were goons which were hired.
That is BABU OWINO accusing Raymond on OMOLLO of causing mayhem. For a long period of time, I don't know why the Interior Ministry has always been used to cause chaos against other opposing factors. And that is the actual thing Rigathi Gachagua was facing. It was calculated. They wanted to retain Rigathi Gachagua in the mountain Kenya. And even retaining him in the mountain Kenya, they used even add on violence so that he cannot spread his wings elsewhere. And I think there must be blessing these guys in the United Opposition. When Gachagua started working with Kalonzo and Matiang'i, is when they started moving across Kenya, because now they have a stronger brigade, they have a stronger security. For BABU OWINO to come out and accuse PS RAYMOND OMOLLO, it may have some iota of truth, because it is the state that is causing mayhem. Even Edwin Sifuna on his Twitter handle came out to say that, first of all, when they are going to Kakamega, they use the international airport in Kisumu. How come that if I use the international airport in Kisumu, I find goons on my way? The only ministry that can have my credentials and everything and my travel history is the Ministry of Interior. It is the truth. So the purpose of this video, I've come to talk about the chaos which is being caused on opposition forces, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the study materials you can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that friends with this channel, please subscribe. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. So it is true, the opposition has always been suffered. Just that Raila Amolo Odinga was made from a different breed. He would take on the violence. And it was always risky business to just go and come and disorganize Baba's rallies. And I think the opposition must learn to get that thick skin. Just young leaders, Sifuna and BABU OWINO, who may not, by the way, have guns and etc., they are facing the wrath. In fact, it was so emotional when even BABU OWINO was speaking that during Baba's death, that is Raila Amolo Odinga, the government overtook everything. It is when the Deputy President Kithure Kindiki, the same person who had tear gassing Baba, who overtook his burial ceremony. Truth is, Baba was larger than the opposition. He was larger than the politics of Kenya. But ODM ought to have had a say in the Baba's burial. Everyone who comes out to speak about Raymond Odinga's death, they don't hesitate to speak about how they were isolated, even when they are picking Baba's dead body. In fact, a video resurfaced when the people who were on board, 90% of them were the people who were so critical about Raymond Odinga's way of politics. Yes, they were the first people to fetch his dead body. In fact, here's a tape. That is the video. In that video, you clearly see it was only Sifuna who was seen crying. So it is true. BABU OWINO may have some iota of truth about what is going on in the country, to an extent of saying that even during Baba's death, they overtook the scenario. In fact, in another video, he said this statement.
BABU OWINO, who is seated here, is part of the person who's founded ODM on tears, on sweat, and through pain. BABU OWINO, if you look at all the MPs, governors, senators within ODM, there's none who's gone through what BABU OWINO has gone through just because of ODM. The arrest, the rearrests, the campaigns that we did in the 280 constituencies out of 290 constituencies, going around with Baba, being stoned, being beaten. This current government that is saying that loves ODM so much, that is setting rules for ODM. Do you know that these people were spraying Baba with bullets? I was there. Do you know that these people were tear gassing Baba everywhere? And in fact, Baba was buried by his enemies, Jeff. His real people were left by the side as spectators. Let me tell you something during Baba's burial. If Baba would have woken up and known that the MC of his burial would have been Kindiki, Baba would have been so disappointed, because Kindiki was the Interior Cabinet Secretary when Baba was being sprayed with bullets. PS OMOLLO was the Interior PS when Baba was being sprayed with bullets. These are the people who came to be MCs and controlling everything at Baba's burial. The people who suffered most, like myself, they were hiring still goons to ensure that Babu does not go bury Baba. Look at this. So we need to preserve the ideologies of ODM, and that can only be done if we delink greed from it, and that is why Babu must be given the part. Jeff.
That is BABU OWINO. So you clearly see that BABU OWINO and Sifuna are the third force that the country has been looking for. Okay, in my previous video, I came out to say that because ultimately they must find a political outfit, or they must lead one. That is what's going to make them or break them. But truth is, they convey a mass that was undecided between William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua, because we may not lie to ourselves. The utmost two candidates who are going to go against each other in the 2027 general election is Rigathi Gachagua and William Ruto. Others are going to be jokers. Maybe if a third force is created, depending on the political outfit they may look for, is when they are going to bring their real effect. And that third force is none other than Babu Owino and Edwin Sifuna. Of course, as my opinion, menu is truly Mr. Makindikawe Suleiman Magal. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. See you on another one. Peace. One.